Welcome back, New York City. We're here today in the West Village, and I'm gonna go meet with one of my dear friends, Chef Yo. He's one of the owners at Pinto Garden. And I don't know if you've seen this, but in the last few weeks, the last few months, we've been seeing so much action in New York City. We've seen everything starting to come back. We've seen a lot of people moving back in. About 2 weeks ago, they announced full 100% occupancy in restaurants. And I wanted to check in with one of my dear friends here to kind of see what he's been seeing during this whole thing, because nobody knows what's going on in a neighborhood better than the restaurateurs. They're in it, they hear the stories, so that's what we're gonna do today. We're gonna go inside, we're gonna sit down, talk to Chef Yo and see how things have been going and how he sees it springing back to life here. So thanks for tuning in. We're here with Chef Yo. Yo, thanks so much for sitting down and talking to me. I know you guys are busy, right?
It's getting better, a lot better.
That's yeah. I know we've talked a lot throughout the pandemic, and better was a word you were wishing for, but not always saying so much. It's been a rough year. But I know I've seen a lot of people kind of coming back to the city. We've seen a lot of people move back in. Everything's kind of picking up. How has it been like on the street here?
I mean, it's as you said, that it's been very challenging year for everyone, I'm sure. You just have to keep doing it, and whatever happens, and dealing with the daily basis choice that you have to make. So
I think that's one of the interesting things with you guys. I mean, you've adapted so much. I remember we were talking in a couple months ago, and it was every day was different, and you're kind of had to keep recreating it every time you went. I remember you were even doing, at one point you had said you'd rented a car and you were driving around doing batch deliveries, these bigger meals and stuff.
Yeah, because once at the beginning, because we got to shut down and just do the takeout and delivery, right? And people literally leave the West Village.
Yeah.
And we have not enough kind of like a neighborhood customer to come to support.
Right,
and
right.
I still have my employees to taking care. And I'm like, what should we do? So we're like, there's a lot of people who not be able to leave their home, especially Thai people. So why don't we just reach out to them, and I rent a car, cook the food, that change it weekly and deliver to them in 5 boroughs. So that's kind of like an activity.
You hit all 5 boroughs?
5 boroughs, yeah. So it's kind of like...
That's impressive though.
It's fun.
All 5, even Staten Island?
No, not well.
That's okay. We will cap that. Anyway.
I will send it, but there's no order from there.
Okay.
So, yes, I don't think people.
You were ready, but I'm
ready.
They were lacking.
They
were lacking.
I'm going anywhere, but whatever I can. But yeah, and the traffic over there is at that time was perfect.
Yeah, right.
Driving, sending the food, and get to know more people who live different places, so it's fun.
That might be the one thing that we miss about the pandemic, is the lack of traffic to
That's
be able
true.
to get around the city quickly. But
that's true.
It's a nice pain to have, right?
Yeah.
We'll take it.
It's all about adjust and adapt yourself into a situation. I think that's the key.
So how are you guys kind of adapting now that it's only been 2 weeks since they said you could finally reopen and everything's back? How have you kind of been adjusting and all of that?
I mean, still, the hardest part is the ingredients right now, and also the staff workers. That's the biggest issue. Not just only my restaurant, but also the distributors. They have the same problems with the deliver stuff. The other day, I got the deliver all the ingredients from the suppliers at 8 p.m. on Friday night, and I'm like, I need these ingredients to serve right now. I can't prep at this time. So I just
You're
have
busy
to
in
adjust.
the middle of the rush, and shows up with a massive delivery.
So I have to and I do understand them because they lack of staff to work too. So what we've been adjusting is just, I place an order today for the next 2 days preparations. That's kind of thing that we have
Give
to.
it a little bit of cushion in there to make
Yeah,
sure it
so
arrives.
you just have
and,
to adjust whatever you have to do.
Yeah, I've been hearing that a lot about staff problems and things like that. So hopefully they'll get the message that New York's back and come back to work. Let's get
I
this
know,
moving
let's get
again.
things-
Come on.
I know, it's time, right? And
Yeah.
especially if you study from now, it's summer, the weather is nice,
Mm.
so it's good before we hit the winter.
Yeah, yeah. Actually, the one other. So I know you were talking about you were doing stuff out of the neighborhood, but how did it go like inside the neighborhood? Did you see things kind of changing with that?
The most interesting part is that there's so many neighborhoods who live in West Village and didn't know that we've been here for
yeah.
a
I
while.
mean, it's 2006. That's a while.
2006 on Christopher,
Oh,
and then here
right.
on in here in 2016.
Okay.
So which is like 4 or 5 years.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
before the pandemic, I'm sure that people live in the neighborhood, they just travel, and it's
Yeah.
New York City, so anything that close to them, they just like ignore it.
You jump
know.
on the
They
subway,
just
you go wherever you need to
You
go.
go to Queens to have dinner instead of around here, something like that.
Have you seen it like kind of shift where, it's just people in that neighborhood just stay in the neighborhood?
Yeah,
They don't want
they
to
just-
jump on the trains, they just walk around and
And they just
then
allow out.
So you saw like a lot more people, like neighborhood people that
A
just
lot.
That's
And they're just
interesting,
like,
that's
oh, I'm glad you
interesting.
guys here. And you guys still open? I'm like, yeah, we never will leave.
Yeah,
We're
I
still
mean that's the
here."
great thing. Like you've been here the entire time.
Yeah,
You've
we
been
never closed.
fighting through it, battling through. You're here, just finding ways.
You have to
dipping,
do what you have
diving.
to do.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So, yeah.
Do you think we'll see that kind of continue? That maybe more New York will return to that kind of neighborhood-centric vibe, or
I
it'll
think
quickly
so.
go back to that wherever, pop, pop, pop.
Again, I think people still need the kind of like a person-to-person connections.
Yeah.
And right now, it's so sad that I've seen like a lot of places being closed down.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
there's not many choices left. So I'm sure there's still people need a place to see each other, to gather around. But we'll see. I don't know. At this point, seriously, I don't know what to predict.
It's exactly. It's been the hardest thing is to kind of figure out any kind of future in this because
Yeah.
we keep guessing and it's just everybody keeps guessing wrong. It's crazy.
Because
But-
you never know what's gonna happen next.
Yeah. Well, I mean, either way, I don't want to. I know you got to get in the kitchen and get to work because you got. We're on a Friday afternoon here, so I don't want to keep you from your work. And I really appreciate you just sitting down. And I'm gonna go actually have some of your great food here. Have a couple of your drinks. Actually, you just opened the bar here as well, right?
Yes,
This is,
we
or
do
it's been
have
a couple months, or.
Yeah, it's been like a couple months that
Couple
we
months.
got like to serve the liquors and all this stuff.
I mean, that makes me very happy. So I'm gonna go have a Negroni.
Okay.
On a
that
Friday
sounds
night,
good.
and
Why not, right?
Yeah, and anybody, if you want to come out and check out some great Thai food, this is the spot. It's an amazing scene. We'll show you some shots of the garden in the back. It's a fantastic restaurant. Great chef here. You've been featured on. You've been all over the place. You've been on a lot of celebrity stuff. You were on Chopped and.
Yeah, I'm chopped on whatever. At this point.
Whatever. It
Yes.
feels like ages ago, right?
Yeah.
This last year has been, feels like a lifetime.
It is.
Well, just happy to be back here and happy you're here, and we'll go inside, have some food, and thanks so much for sitting down.
Thank you.
All right.